All right, real quick. This week, new releases. Oh man, moving right along. Speaking of new releases, not today. Not gonna do it. It's right there. I'm not gonna talk about things that released newly for me today. Star Wars Visions
Fuck yeah,
came
let's
out this
go.
last week. 9 episodes of what to me were probably the funnest Star Wars content that also didn't make sense in some parts of all time. And I can't wait for us to talk about it. I just grabbed 9 random clips here for those who are watching at home. Shout out Griffin Blade. What's up? Hey, yo, Sean. What's good, Sam? Toby, you still with us? Um, I watched most. I haven't watched the last two. I think it's Lab and Ocho, and then Akari Kiri. I haven't watched those, but everything else I watched, I enjoyed. Even that slow burn, like Happy Mega Man Robot one, like who wants to become a Jedi and then finds out about it. But what did you guys think? We'll start from the top left corner of the duel.
The duel was off the chain.
Yeah,
The
probably
duel
the
sets it
best
off.
one to me. The first one was the best
My,
one.
was-
I could say,
my
but
second favorite.
Yeah, it was one of my favorites.
But yeah, when he pulls out the lightsaber and she pulls out the umbrella lightsaber, yeah.
Well, when he pulls out the lightsaber and it's red, and you're like, "Whoa, what's
Ooh.
happening here?" And then
These
at
are
the end,
words. I'm excited about all of these words. I haven't watched this yet. I heard about this. No, it's okay. Spoil away. I'm gonna enjoy it anyways.
Okay,
But
okay.
umbrella
Spoiler.
lightsaber? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, she has a
Yeah.
lightsaber and she it opens up
That
and the
sounds
blades come out
incredible.
and they spin. It's fucking sweet.
and then she
That
she
sounds
can
so
detach it. She can detach it, and it's a single blade.
Yes.
Yeah.
awesome.
But
That's so
the
cool.
the twist at the end when you realize what the main character is actually doing,
Yeah.
chef's kiss.
Yeah, so,
Oh,
so
nice.
good.
Okay.
The next one, Tatooine Rhapsody for me was if that didn't hit just all my like pop punk kind of
yeah,
nice
really cool.
tones.
Okay.
I loved every bit of it, and I love that on the right hand side in this picture is an emo like hut from like Jabba the Hutt emo's cousin. It's
So good.
fantastic. One after that, the twins,
That
which
was my favorite one.
Yep.
Was that
so good?
Allison Brie and Neil Patrick Harris voicing
Yes.
the two of those? 'Cause
Neil
Was
that's what
Patrick
that sounded
Harris
like.
from How I Met Your Mother fame.
I nailed it. I didn't even look that up.
Hey kids, Neil
No.
Patrick Harris was in a TV show where he played a
Yes.
doctor called Doogie Howser, and he was a kid.
Yeah,
He was also in Starship Troopers. But yes,
And
Neil
Harold and
Patrick
Kumar.
Harris and Allison Brie. It was really good.
Really
Yeah,
good.
it was awesome. I will, at this point, I want to point out two things. I got two things that the internet has effed me up with. I don't know why I just said F, because I feel like what I'm going to say is going to be worse than just saying the word fuck.
Totally
But-
Sam. Put the
Sam.
respect on Dr. Horrible's
Yeah,
name.
I-
One.
Dr. Horrible!
100%.
Yes.
Where is Captain
Oh my God.
Hammer? I miss me some Nathan Fillion in these too. But the one thing that fucked me up, I was sitting there trying to find some good clips, rolling through Twitter like I do. Don't look up Star Wars Visions if you don't have any kind of safety filtering. About 10 tweets
Oh, a
in.
little bit Rule 34.
Oh my God, it was so graphic.
Oh,
These two
no.
doing things nobody should do that
Yeah.
quickly for a
That's
Star
terrible.
Wars kid fucking cartoon.
Nope.
What in the fuck is wrong with people?
Oh, real quick, I do want to give a shout out to Heyo Sean, who's in chat, because he's the one who put me on to
I
Kill
love
la
that that
Kill.
has made you think of him.
Well, we were talking about the twins. And the people
Oh,
who did
yeah.
the twins is Trigger, and they did Kill la Kill, and Kill la Kill
There you
was
go.
off the chain.
I need to watch it.
It's so good. Just you can watch it in one day.
Nice.
Is it on Netflix?
I think it is on Netflix. I either watched it on Netflix or Hulu. It was one of those two.
So the next one, going down the list here, we're going the one on the left here, The Village Bride. That one was kind of a meh story for me. I wasn't really necessarily paying attention until the yellow lightsaber showed up, and then I was kind of back in it. Like, okay, this person is now middle force aligned, fairly balanced with the force, going to be a great Jedi. I was like, okay, let's watch this. And then you go on to the next one, The Ninth Jedi. That was actually pretty fun.
That was
love
my third
these-
favorite. I loved it.
The cinematics for it.
Yeah.
I mean, just the scale of the environment they were in. After that, this is the one I haven't seen, Lob and Ocho, but this does bring up another fucked up piece of the internet.
I already know. I already know what it is, and I
This
hate it.
the sales for bunny butt plugs went up 66% after Star Wars Visions came out, thanks supposedly to Lob and Ocho.
How did they get my Amazon purchase history?
Yeah, I mean, people are gonna like what they're gonna like. Okay, all right,
Yeah,
all
like,
right,
we're
it's
we're
fine.
not
You're not
kink
hurting
shaming
anyone.
here.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just,
Look,
what,
I'm not
it's
judging
a
what
kid's
people
show,
do.
but
I'm just saying that this is a kid's cartoon, and like,
that's what I'm saying. We didn't even get a week. Just over a week without the world being
I will not be
gross.
kink shamed on this podcast. All right.
well,
Don't
depends on what.
appreciate
I can't wait for you to like show up next week and just scratch your face while you're holding one of those bunny tail things. In your hand.
You guys see my new pen?
Pen is
Only
stuck.
writes it brown though.
Yeah, you should see the inkwell.
Butt jokes. Let's
Butt
go.
jokes, everybody.
Let's go. I need to rename the episode to "If you don't like butt jokes, go somewhere else." What's super cool?
Next episode. Yeah, right. Tune into the second half.
Oh god. No, the next three here. Hopefully they're a little bit more wholesome. Um, so the next one was TOB1, which was to me like a Mega Man kind of like Space Boy. Like it was
Toby.
cute as a bundle. Yeah, it was wonderful. Toby, is that what it's called? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Toby. That's literally what he called the android. And then following up after that, we've got what is it? The Elder, which was my kind of like third favorite personally. I just love this creepy looking Jedi dude, and like just
Also done by Trigger, by the way. The people who did Kill la Kill.
Remind me what that
there
one
you go.
was. What was going on in that one?
That's the one where the Jedi Knight Padawan, they're on the Outer Rim. The Jedi Knight feels a disturbance in the Force.
Oh yeah.
They land, and then there's this dude who had two like katana like blades. It only disperses at the bottom to the hilt. Pretty awesome.
I remember now.
No spoilers for that bit, even though I got the big old spoiler alert flag on. We'll keep moving, and then finally to round it out, the last one I haven't seen, so I'm looking for you guys. The Akakiri. Too many K's in a row. Akakiri. We're 1K away from being too many K's.
I have not watched this one either.
Let me look it up real quick. Talks amongst yourselves.
But yeah,
But-
so this is the Animatrix for Star Wars, which is
Right.
off
Right.
the chain. I mean, we have a lot of Star Wars content coming. We have Book of Boba Fett coming December 29th. We have the Disney Plus day of streaming on November 12th, which is going to be showing more Star Wars stuff. We have Ahsoka Tano coming. It's really cool and refreshing to see Star Wars stories that are not canon.
Yes.
I hope that they continue doing things like this. Maybe not another Star Wars Visions, but taking stories from the expanded universe or new stories and adapting them to this sort of medium. I would love to see something regarding the Old Republic. I know that they have this new thing, the High Republic, which they're doing a show called The Acolyte about a Sith acolyte. But the Old Republic and all of the expanded universe material is so deep. I mean, Mike and I have gone through the Darth Bane books, the Darth Revan books, all of the
I
Knights
still
of the
have your
Old
Darth
Republic.
Bane books, Mike. I'm pretty sure I owe you these. They're sitting over here collecting dust. Sorry if you missed those. But no, you're right. I mean, shout out Griffin Blade. Mandalorian comes out. Season 3 is coming out December 25th. You've got the Book of
Yes.
Boba Fett coming out on the 28th of
Knights of the
December.
Old Republic remake coming out.
Yup.
Yeah.
And then
Super
of course,
stoked for that.
yeah, we've got a lot of really great content. And the one thing I forgot to call out in Tatooine Rhapsody was the fact that it was Boba Fett trying to hunt down some of these people in
Chibi
that
Boba Fett,
episode.
he was
Little
so
chibi
cute.
Boba Fett. Yeah, he was adorable, man. So like that to me was like, I hope that ties in somehow, and we just get like an emo like Jabba the Hutt like in full makeup. That'd be great. But no, I'm excited about this because I think it's just season 1. I think they're talking about doing a season
That'd
2.
be cool.
But I don't know, if like butt plugs start going skyrocket sale. I don't know if
Could
House
you
of
imagine
Mouse
if they
wants
did
to
like
get in
one
on that.
about Revan and the Exile? Like that would be so cool.
Yeah.
Like in this kind of story, if Trigger did a Darth Revan one, I'd be like, man, fuck it, let's go.
One thing I do want to gripe about, and then I'll move on, I swear. All right, in the Twins, there's a moment where they're literally in space fighting with no helmets on for like periods of time and speaking out loud with
They're
no
not
helmets
human.
on in space
They're not
for periods
human.
of time. And then one kid can sit on an X-Wing at full speed and then go into light speed without a helmet on.
They're
this-
pure dark side energy.
This
What?
was the moment I texted Dom and I was like, "Are these canon? Because something real crazy just happened."
And then the one kid, he flips on the lightsaber, and it's as big as like the Empire building. Just, oh yeah, it's just cutting through a spaceship like butter. I'm glad it was still the same animation from Jesus, not Return of the Jedi, or not Return of Skywalker. What is it? The goddamn eighth one?
The Last Jedi.
That's it.
Yeah.
Where they blast a ship with another ship. Light speed.
Oh, that was sweet as fuck. Yeah, with the chick
It's the
from
same in
Jurassic Park.
yeah, with purple pink hair. Yeah.
Griffin
Exactly.
says, "I mean,
Yes.
Leia space flew is canon, so yeah, that's
She
true."
she flew, but she was
You're
slowly
absolutely
freezing
right,
to
Griffin.
death.
You're absolutely right, okay?
At least her
These
eyes
two
were bloodshot.
children were born of the
Right.
dark side. They're not even human. They can be in space. It's fucking Star
It's
Wars.
yeah, but to say it's anime Star Wars. Don't assume rules.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Physics aren't a thing.
Man, I really want a real Umbrella lightsaber. That's all I'm really hoping for.
That was episode 1.
Yes.
Okay, listen.
That's good stuff, man. I love it. All right, next up, I have not seen this. I do not care about spoilers, but I'm going to go ahead and keep the flag on. Spoiler alert!
Do not spoil this show for me, Mike Mahaffey. I will kill you.
Can I gravy roll this with what our previous guest, Sam, our spooky correspondent, said about this? Just a little something, something. Let me see.
We're talking about Midnight Mass, by the way, for those of you who are
Midnight
listening.
Mass. Sorry, guys. We're talking about Midnight Mass. This quote from Sam. Midnight Mass is Mike Flanagan's best work, hands down. The best part is the trailers never gave anything away. Netflix is stepping up its horror game, and Flanagan is the one leading the charge. I'd have to agree in general. I've already heard about how this Midnight Mass ties into the movie Hush that Mike Flanagan did.
Right. So
even
there was a
like-
scene where one of the actresses showed a book that was titled Midnight Mass, written by another actor in the movie. It was Katie Siegel, the actress Katie Siegel in Hush, wrote this book called Midnight Mass in the movie Hush, which
From
is
Married with
crazy.
Children fame.
Yeah, no, that's
That
Same
is
name.
Katie Siegel.
same name.
It's a different Kate Siegel.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
different Kate Siegel.
Yeah, actually, I love that. That, by the way, in Hollywood, is how they differentiate people. Like, you can't have the same name. So, like, that's why, like, the Freddie Prinze Jr., you can also be Freddie Prinze Jr. You'd have to be like Freddie Prinze the Third, or like Kate Siegel or Katie Siegel.
That's why Michael Keaton is Michael Keaton, because his real name is Michael Sheen.
That's why David Tennant is David Tennant, because there was another David MacDonald.
His
Interesting.
name is really David McDonald?
Yeah, he's
Wow.
Scottish.
He's Scottish. He's
MacDonald.
super Scottish.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell.
Stuff. I digress. But yeah, that's
Sam
how
says
sad
that,
difference
that
is.
Bev Keane is the best written character he's ever done. Bev Keane in the show is incredible, and I have a lot to say about it, but I can't.
Yeah, I would really
You know-
appreciate it if you don't. Like, I mean, I haven't
Look,
watched it.
look. This is what I'll say. I'm not
It
going to
just
spoil it.
came out.
Right. I'm not going to spoil it. The setup is that there's this community on this island.
Say it.
It's about
Say it.
130 people total population, like super small town. Everybody knows everybody. Something happens to one of the characters on the mainland. It's back to the island, and a mysterious priest shows up to lead the congregation, and nobody knows where this priest came from. There's a mystery
Listen,
surrounding the
Hawkins,
priest.
real quick. No, I see Ernie's face. I didn't spoil Shang-Chi at all.
I haven't
It
seen
still hasn't-
anything from this
it
except for
still
one clip,
hasn't.
and it's because it was like
Nobody
somebody.
spoiled this.
Look, man, I have to stop going on TikTok now because of spoilers. And two of them today. One yesterday was from this, and they were like deducing who did something to a thing. And 2 minutes later, a mutual friend of ours on Twitter who used to work at the fruit stand with us said, "Oh my God, I can't believe they killed the dog." And I even went to the website, doesthedogsurvive.com or whatever, to see if the dog makes it.
What
Like,
dog? God
don't worry
damn
about it.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I have two dogs. I am a dog. Like, there's cat people, there's dog people. I'm a dog.
Look,
And
listen.
Sam-
Okay.
When
Stop,
dogs die,
stop.
I die.
Sam,
So-
stop Stop.
Oh, Sam Heaves in the chat is just going hard. Say it.
Look,
Flanagan's wife, proselytized.
Stop
Oh.
antagonizing it.
there's a pretty incredible mystery that has supernatural elements, but also there's this undertone of religion and how it affects a society. There's a heavy Christianity population on the island, but also there's
Talk
a
about my
Muslim.
boy Rahul.
He's the only Muslim on the island. So I mean, and he has this
Sheriff,
amazing,
though. I mean,
yeah, but he has this amazing monologue about what it means to be Muslim in America, and it's wonderful. And when it comes to
isn't
the
he British though?
yeah, but here's the thing: if you're gonna watch it and you know Rahul Kohli, he has an
Originally
American
from
accent.
iZombie, right? No?
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
where he became famous on the
Yeah,
CW
yeah,
iZombie.
yeah.
And
He has an American accent in this, which throws you off because he's like 2 steps away from Cockney most of the time. So,
Also being a massive troll on Twitter.
Yeah.
Which I fucking love.
Oh, he doesn't give a shit. I definitely
Not
follow
even
him.
one
He gives zero
bit.
fucks.
He does not care.
Like if you're on there and you're jabbing at him, he'll be like, "Look
You're a
behind me at
cunt."
the field in which I grow my fucks, and notice that it is bad."
Let me wipe my ass with my exclusive Air Jordans. He's the guy that's like, look, Ma, there's poor people around.
Hide your money, y'all. There's poor people around. I love that shit. I digress. All right, so I'll read the synopsis and then we'll get the fuck out of here before Dom or Sam, looking at you, Purple Heart in the chat, spoils anything else.
Sam, I'm going to talk to you, Sam. I'm going to talk to you later, Sam.
Yeah, let's just have a split conversation. Let's have a split conversation for the rest of the episode. Matthew and Sam in chat. The three of us just talking over them. The series is about a small, isolated island community whose existing divisions are amplified by the return of a disgraced young man and the arrival of a charismatic priest. Boom and done. And now,
so
one more
good.
spoiler alert, because I actually did watch this one. Oh, it looks like Sam's ready to talk tomorrow, big dog. I'm at the binge it tomorrow. So when you guys are in our group Slack, just chatting it up about it, I'll be ruined. Looks like we're not sleeping tonight.
I guess
Dom.
I'll have to watch it all tonight.
It's a slow burn, but it's so worth it.
That's why I hate it. That's why I hate it. This week on Marvel's What If proves that, to me, Avengers Infinity War could have been really, really quick.
I didn't watch this yet, so don't talk about it. I'm just kidding. You can talk about it.
I'm going to talk about it. Spoiler alert. I'm moving right along.
Spoiler alert.
I'm letting you know, the second Thanos shows up and Vision is almighty Ultron himself and just slices him in half with the Mind Stone, I'm like, where
Within
was
like
that?
2 seconds.
Yeah, like it's just like immediate evisceration. What the? So many people could have not died. The blip would have never happened. Just like, but I digress. This episode, I think, is setting up for the rest of the episodes and a little bit more of the MCU because we know this is canon to all the movies and TV shows. All the different timelines kind of branching out from this one nexus point in the show Loki. Spoiler alert there. But that's why the flag's up. Spoiler alerts all around. In this episode, this is what would have happened if Ultron had actually beaten the Avengers and won. So what we see is that Ultron does get his Vision body. He does get the Mind Stone. He exerts all of that power and basically subjugates Earth. Then he goes and starts taking over all the other planets. And along the way, Thanos comes a calling for the Mind Stone, which he gets just sliced and diced and julienne fried. And all of a sudden, in this picture, we see the ultimate Ultron body. He's got this, basically this whole entire exoskeleton looks like Ultron with a vision body on the inside that can contain the power of all the Infinity Stones and makes him pretty much the ultimate being. And then he becomes so powerful and ultimate that he starts to actually hear the Watcher. And the Watcher is sitting there narrating about the fact that he can hear the Watcher and doesn't quite get it right away. Like, oh no, he can hear me. I'm definitely right. And all of a sudden, Ultron starts trying to find this being that he hears, and things ensue. Suddenly, Ultron and the Watcher start battling it out because Ultron does eventually find him, and they just start blasting through different dimensions in their fight. One of them being Mustafar in Star Wars. You get to see Vader's castle in the background as they ripple through realities. Super great, nice little nod to once again the House of Mouse owning everything. Just. Right. It was definitely a fun episode, but I think it's going to set up a little bit more as far as this multiverse is pretty fragile. It is brand new, based off of the events from Loki. So I'm curious how that's going to tie in with Loki season 2 and all these other different storylines. Plus, we got the Multiverse of Madness coming up. I'm not going to say anything about any of the spoilers I saw today, but I'm assuming those are going to tie in too. We've got this whole I don't know, card deck that's now just being shuffled. Once upon a time, they were all in order and we all knew what was going on. And now with this latest phase, we get to start playing with time as well as space and a little bit of tweaking there. So we could introduce, obviously, the MCU to the X-Men universe coming up, and then you're thinking about the Fantastic Four. So it's definitely setting up for all bets being off, right? Like you can't say, oh, I know for a fact this is what's going to happen, because now the rules don't matter. This is like Whose Line Is It Anywhere? The points don't matter. You don't
And
win
everything's made
because you're the funniest, and everything's made up.
Yep.
It's go time. I'm excited about it.
I can't
Yeah.
wait for the X-Men to join the Marvel universe
That was like me sending a long text message in a paragraph.
and
Of
just
how I
responding,
feel.
okay.
Yeah, just the letter K.
Okay.
K. And which I will always reply potassium to from here on out.
No, I legit haven't seen this yet, but I've read everything about it, and everything that Marvel is doing right now, setting up the, like what you said, the multiverse of everything that's going on, and this being the penultimate episode of What If, and tying that really into what is going on in the MCU at this point is really exciting. We had Shang-Chi that came out that really kind of kicked off the next phase of the Marvel movies, as Black Widow was kind of like a swan song to the old phase because, spoiler alert, she died in Endgame. So she's not around anymore.
The flag's there. The flag's there.
So,
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
By the way, there was an inverse scene in this episode where she's
oh,
holding
where
on to
Hawkeye
Hawkeye.
died? Yeah,
And
where
Hawkeye's
Hawkeye
like,
died.
just,
That's awesome.
just let me go.
Yeah.
Just let me go. I don't want to. I don't want to do this anymore. And it's actually incredible because he spins in the air, and it's almost like the Valkyrie scene in Ragnarok.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, where they're
Yeah,
fighting.
yeah, exactly.
She's
yeah.
like,
Spins around and he shoots this like basically a bomb at all these Ultron bots, and it's the Hawkeye we
awesome.
should have gotten in the MCU. He's got an Ultron arm, like
Yeah.
they green arrowed him essentially.
Nice. Hell
And
yeah.
He's incredible in this episode.
That's
and
exciting.
it's even still voiced by Jeremy Renner, which is always great. I love when
Yep.
the actual actor gets to come back and play their
Nice.
cartoon counterpart. I think
Yeah.
whoever did the David Spader voice was awful. He was not ultra. He didn't have the bravado in his.
The James Spader voice was actually
not David Spader, James
the guy who played Red Skull in Infinity
Oh,
War
Ross
and Endgame.
Marquand.
Yeah,
Ross
Yeah.
Marquand. He does
from
a whole bunch of.
from Walking Dead. Aaron from Walking Dead, right? Yes.
Yeah. Aaron from Walking Dead.
Yes. He's known for doing different accents.
yeah,
Yeah.
And he does a really good German one, which is Red Skull. So
Yeah. yeah.
He sounds
He
just
he
like
couldn't-
Hugo Weaving. Like he
Yeah.
did sound just like Hugo Weaving. I mean,
he did a good job. But for that one, he didn't quite have the you could sex you up as Ultron.
I'm
too,
the fucking
kind of
Lizard King. He didn't have
Yeah.
that.
You don't, you don't even know my real name, right? They just didn't have it. It wasn't there. But
I like
anyway.
the fact that Ultron is back. I loved James Spader as Ultron in Avengers. It was really cool. I really liked him as a villain. I know that it's like the weakest of the Avengers movies, but I really enjoyed that character.
We had a lot of setup to do.
I can't
Yeah.
wait till Eternals comes
Yeah.
out, man. Fuck, that
Sure.
movie's gonna be so cool. I'm ready for more MCU, man. Like I need it all. Give me Eternals, give me Spider-Man No Way Home, give me Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness.
Give it
For
to me
sure.
now.
If
But I
fucking Tom
digress.
Holland shows up in Venom 2 tomorrow, I might piss my pants.
Oh shit, true.
If you spoil that tomorrow, and I swear to God it's not true, I'm gonna be so pissed. You just like, bros, don't
Put
worry.
it in. Just put it in.
Carnage is about to fucking kill Venom,
All-
and Tom
all of a
Holland comes
sudden-
in and he says, "Hey everyone, how's it going?"
Wow, this
Venom's
is just like
about
a
to kill
movie I once
Carnage,
saw.
and he goes, "Ooh, I like this guy better than you, Eddie Brock," and just totally leaves Tom Hardy standing there with his dick in his hand, and then globs
That's
onto Tom Holland.
He does some fucking obscure 80s movie reference. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Did you ever see this movie with the dude from Lord of the Rings,
Really
Goonies?
old movie.
Thanos was in that too.
Good old Josh Brolin.